So here we have a CodingBat question which says, given two integer arrays of equal length. So we could have, this could be, let's say, array A. So if this is 2, then B is also length 2. Or if B is length 3 with 3 boxes, then A is also length 3 with 3 boxes. And so essentially we want to realize that each of these boxes sort of have indexes corresponding with them. And so it starts from 0 and then moves its way up for both arrays here. And I will make a separation to just sort of make that clear, but I think that's fairly clear enough. Okay, so essentially what we want to do here is we want to create a new array. So the syntax for that is as follows. And then of course we specify the name, the identifier, and we say new, and then the type of the array, and inside here we put the length. And so the length of this array is going to be the sum of the corresponding elements of both array A and B. And so the way this works is, since we're going to add this element and this element, this element and this element, this element and this element, we know the sort of that both of these are that the sum array, which is going to add each corresponding element, is essentially going to have a length have a length of 3. But of course, this is an assumption that both A and B are length of 3. Of course, they could be any length at all. And so we're just going to say algebraically sort of that the length of the sum array, since we know is going to be the sum of the corresponding elements, is itself going to have A dot length, or of course B dot length, since A dot length and B dot length are exact same. It really doesn't matter. Really doesn't matter all that much. And so what we're going to do from here is we are going to use a for loop to actually iterate through the length of through the array, both A, B, and both A and B. And for this one, we can do A dot length. And of course, it doesn't matter if we do A dot length or B dot length, since they're both the same length. A dot length just resolves to a particular number, which would of course be the length of the array itself. So in this case, A dot length would resolve to 3, and we know that the length of A and B are the same, so it really doesn't matter. And we increment I by 1 so long as I is less than A dot length. As soon as that doesn't, as soon as I is not less than A dot length, of course, we'll break out of the loop. And so for the first, so what we want to do is we want to essentially, if you think about it, right? So we know that our sum array is essentially going to have 3 elements as well, and we know that these 3 elements, just like the arrays that came before it, will of course have corresponding indexes to each element. And so the first element in the sum array is going to be the addition of this element and this element. And so we can say, well, the sum array of 0, that is to say the first element in the array, which is put at the 0th index, will be equal to A of 0, the first element of 0, or the first element of the A array referenced by the index 0, plus B of 0. Okay. And the problem here is that we're only taking the first element. We essentially want to take in all the elements in the array. And so we can just do I here, and sort of what this would do is every time, so it would do the first element. So first, for the first iteration, I would be 0 for all 3 i's that we have here. For the second iteration, I would increment by 1. We know this. And so I would be 1. And so all these i's we have would be 1. And so it would be grabbing that element. And then for the next iteration, it would grab the next element referenced by index 2 because it's been incremented by 1. And so that's what we do. And after that, we can just sort of, after it's all said and done, we can sort of return the sum array, and we would get a proper answer.